If you want to understand your breakup, why it's happened, and the way that your ex is thinking, you need to understand how attachment style works. What is attachment style? Everybody falls into one of four different boxes. There's secure, and then there's three insecure ones. And the insecure attachment styles are driven by a wound that's happened, a core wound, and all the insecurity that's flowing in the relationship that's breaking you guys up is flowing from this place, this core wound. Now, you already have your own little subjective narrative about the breakup, right? You know your side of things, what happened over time. You know your ex. Nobody from the outside looking in can really tell you what you know from experience. But as a study, in the field of psychology, people have observed these patterns of what's going on inside of people, and attachment styles have been established. So when it comes to the insecure attachment styles, you have three different core wounds that tend to happen in people: abandonment, neglect, or feelings of brokenness, which come from neglect, and trust issues, which come from abuse, trauma, cheating, these kind of things. Now, the way these wounds show up in your partner, so this is you wrapping your head around what attachment style your ex would be. The way these wounds show up is in their conflict style, not when things are calm, but when things are worked up, when they're triggered, when you're feeling some type of way and you get into a fight with your person. How are you going to act? How are they going to act? Now, this is all subconscious because your nervous system, which is in charge when you feel triggered, feels some type of way depending on, it's going to try to protect you depending on how you've been wounded. So for those people who have been neglected and as a product of that have intuited this idea that they're broken or not really worthy of love, they're going to be on the defensive really bad, because when you start criticizing them or telling them what you need, they're going to feel attacked. So initially they get defensive, but they can't withstand the heat. So what they do is they either shut down as a nervous system response, or they run away. Sometimes they'll physically run out of the room because they're trying to escape the emotional intensity. So that's what people that have a core wound of feeling broken, or which comes from neglect, that's what they do. When you have somebody that has trust issues because they've been cheated on in the past, or physically abused or sexually abused, or whatever the case is, when they feel triggered, they're going to try to get to the bottom of things very deeply. They're going to try to solve things. And, people like this, if they have partners that won't talk with them, they can check out and eventually give up. But they will really try for a certain period of time in the relationship to get to the bottom of things, because they don't want to get hurt again. So they can be spicy and they can do other things to make sure that they're safe, because that's what their subconscious is trying to do. And they'll go through your phone, or, play checkup or play investigator, because they don't want to get hurt again. And people that have abandonment wounds, what they're going to do is just roll over and give you your way every single time, because they just don't want to get left like they've been left in the past. Not everyone with an abandonment wound has been physically abandoned. Some people get sort of like periodically abandoned by their parents' inconsistent parenting. And that can create an abandonment wound as well. But long story short, they're going to roll over in conflict and just give you your way. So by observing your ex's patterns in conflict, you can discover their attachment style if you know which attachment style does what. And then you can go down the rabbit hole reading about that attachment style to understand that this breakup wasn't necessarily your fault or things that maybe you played a part in it, but there's a lot deeper things that are going on here, which stem probably all the way back into childhood for them. Now, if you want to be like these recent success stories that all happened to me just today and yesterday, like this one, when I went live last night, this one, all from today and yesterday, click into my profile. There's a link in there where you can set up a call, tell me your story, and I'll tell you exactly how to get your ex back.